As the Minneapolis Lady Lions come away with the victory tonight, 51-25 over the Solomon Gorillas. And guys, Coach Weatherman came up and kind of told us that apologized for not getting up here to do an interview, but had some things he really wanted to talk to the girls about, and it probably was the performance in the first three quarters that he wanted to talk to them about.
Well, we mentioned Solomon did look pretty good on the defensive end, but Minneapolis a little bit lackluster. We play that way against one of our league opponents, such as Republic County, and we might have a tough time staying in the ball game. Solomon boys heading down to the locker room now. They got the rest of the JV kids here, so it looked like for a little bit they were just going to have 6 players, but they're going to be at full strength, and the boys, I hope they come out ready for action here tonight, too.
Boys coming off a nice victory against the Sacred Heart Knights, and they come into tonight with a record of 3-1. Is that right, Dale?
That's correct.
3-1 on the season. Solomon Gorillas we're not sure about, but Minneapolis Lions, you look at Solomon-wise, they've got some height, 6'5", 6'4", a lot of 6'2", 6'3", 6'2". We'll see what they put on the floor, but in warm-ups, the 6 guys that are out there were all pretty good size.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to Minneapolis coming out with some intensity. I think it's another good warm-up for Minneapolis, just to get everything kind of in order. I think Coach Shoup is pretty well set with his rotation and feels comfortable with the 8 or 9 that he has been rotating out there, usually about 7 or 8, but at times he rotates 9, and boys on the bench did a tremendous job against Sacred Heart. Gave us some scoring punch off the bench, and that's what we need. We can't rely on just 3 or 4 people to do all the scoring, and we've got to keep Grayson George on the floor for a full ball game.
And Solomon comes out as they bring their squad out, and we'll go through their starting lineups here in just a second. Minneapolis in their home white, and Solomon Gorillas in their traveling red, and we're going to have some basketball action here in just a second, but starting lineups for the Minneapolis Lions looks like will be Casey Argenbright, a 5'9" junior, as well as number 23 for Minneapolis, Logan Weedle, a 5'10" senior, Keegan McCulloch, number 34, a 6'3" senior, as well as Dylan Crossan for Minneapolis. Dylan, a 6'3" junior, and also for Minneapolis, number 15, Grayson George, 6'1". For the Solomon Gorillas, starting out, Mike Holloman, a 6' senior, tall, lanky kid for Solomon, and they bring number 3, Ryan Stark, a 5'11" senior, another junior for Minneapolis, and that is Grayson George, as I called off earlier. For Solomon, 6'3" senior Cody Randall for the Gorillas. Also for Solomon, number 12, a 5'8" senior Kyle Cox, and rounding out the bunch, a 6'2" junior in Jamie Glover for the Gorillas. So the Gorillas start 4 seniors and a junior. Minneapolis coming in with 2 seniors and 3 juniors.
6'2", 6'3", 6 foot, 5'11", and 5'8". So we should match up fairly well. Minneapolis not having too much trouble rebounding against the taller teams, and I look forward to us doing a pretty good job on the boards here tonight.
Absolutely. Minneapolis, as I said earlier, in their home white. And the Solomon Gorillas in their traveling red. We're about ready to do action here tonight. And
this is the 52nd game in the series, guys. Minneapolis
52nd,
32-19. However, the last time we played in the sub-state tournament, in 2008, they beat us at their home floor, 69-61.
They had some athletes too. That was quite a game.
That was on their floor too.
Yes.
So Minneapolis since then has moved to 3A. Solomon is actually a 2A, but they've dropped to 8-man in football. So,
as usual, Grayson George will jump center. Scott will have the play-by-play for you here. I don't think the clock is quite working just yet. And Minneapolis gets the tip.
Grayson George with the ball on the outside, goes inside to Dylan Crossan, off of his hands, tipped off of Red. It'll stay with Minneapolis. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the clock right there, but we got the time going. Logan Weedle on the outside, back to Casey Argenbright. Argenbright with the ball, drives inside, back to Grayson George. Grayson pulls it up, swing pass over to Logan Weedle. Logan looks at the three, pulls it down, goes in to Keegan McCulloch. McCulloch double team, back to the top of the key to Argenbright. Argenbright slides in at the free throw line, kicks it out to Logan Weedle. Logan back to Casey at the top of the key. Minneapolis back to Grayson for three, and it's off the mark, but rebound by Keegan McCulloch. Nice rebound by Keegan, and he takes it right back in, misses it, but Dylan Crossan with the rebound. Dylan puts it up, and it's no good. Solomon comes away with the rebound after Minneapolis misses 3 opportunities right there.
2 in close. Minneapolis unable to get the easy one to drop inside.
Solomon down low, double teamed on the outside, and he's going to throw it out of bounds off of the Gorillas. It will go back to Minneapolis. 7:03 left to go in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game. Argenbright will bring it down for the Lions. Casey will cross the timeline. Goes towards the Keegan McCulloch, back to Logan Weedle. Shot up and off the mark, and rebounded by Grayson George.
Casey is so good at those look-off passes.
Logan for three, and it's in and out. Minneapolis has missed a couple opportunities, has had some shots, has not been able to find the bottom of the cylinder.
Couple open looks from three-point range. That one was in and out.
Shot up and good by number 11, Cody Randall, 6'3" senior, goes over top, and the Gorillas take a 2-0 lead. Argenbright back to Weedle. Grayson George for three, and he gets it to roll in. Finally hit a three and break that Saran wrap over the top of the cylinder, and we get a bucket. Has to rattle in, though. Nice double team by Minneapolis right there as Keegan McCulloch takes it off of.
Charged with a foul.
Oh.
It's Keegan's first team foul on Minneapolis.
I thought he just tipped it out of bounds. Sorry about that.
So Keegan.
Ball goes into the hands of number 12, Cox. And blocked by Grayson George. It will stay with Gorillas. Holloman inbounds for the Gorillas. Gets to the top of the key to Randall. Randall shot partially blocked by McCulloch, picked up by Crossan into the hands of Argenbright. And Argenbright will be fouled by Ryan Stark. I'm going to get my names right here in a minute. Yeah, Cox, sorry about that. His first personal. 3-2 Lions with the lead. Top of the key goes to Argenbright. Back to Logan. Logan looks inside to Dylan. Dylan had position for a second. Backs it out to Grayson George.
Zone defense by Solomon. You can see they dropped right back into a 2-3 zone.
Nice shot by Grayson George as he drains one just inside of the 20-foot range. 2-point bucket is good. 5-2 Lions with the lead. Holloman with the ball, guarded by Argenbright. A little bit of a size mismatch there. Goes inside, stolen by McCulloch. Keegan will bring it down and lay it in for two. Good job by Keegan McCulloch with the steal and the bucket. 7-2 Lions with the lead. Ball goes on the outside to Stark. Stark drives down, little wraparound pass, back to Stark. Stark looks down low, good defense by the Lions. Stark on the outside, rolls around, swing pass on the end, takes a shot instead, and it's going to be off, actually back in the hands of the Gorillas, and then a foul is going to be called on Keegan McCulloch. That's going to be his second personal foul.
2 quick fouls on Keegan, and he's going to grab some pine as Andrew Yoxel and Charlie Lynn, John Darrow Jr., and Kyler Macy head to the scorer's desk.
First shot is up and good by Cody Randall. Checking in for the Lions, will be for Minneapolis. Junior Kyler Macy, sophomore John Darrow, sophomore Andrew Yoxel, and senior Charlie Lynn. Only starter still on the floor is Grayson George. Second shot is up, and it is in and out. Rebounded by Charlie Lynn. Back to Macy. Back to Darrow. Darrow will bring it down. Gets it to Grayson George. Swing pass to the top of the key to Macy. Macy back to Darrow. Darrow on the left-hand side. Over to Grayson George. Nice screen by Charlie Lynn, and a great bucket by Grayson George. Grayson starting out hot tonight, guys, with 7 quick points.
Nice shot in rhythm by Grayson George. Nice 12-foot jumper, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net.
Shot up and good by Holloman as he gets his first points of the night. Makes the score 9-5. Grayson George looks at a 3 off the hands of Charlie Lynn as takes it all the way in, no good. Rebounded, and then a foul by Minneapolis. Charlie Lynn, I think, with the foul.
Free throw is up and in by Randall. 2-shot foul, Charlie Lynn's first foul. Randall, a good-looking 6'2 junior, 6'3 junior. And his second throw on its way, it's good also.
Sorry about that, guys. As Randall gets a couple points there, ball goes down to Yoxel. Yoxel in the paint, and he's going to be fouled by number 5 for the Gorillas, Josh Burdine, a 6'2" freshman checking in. And Solomon's got an injured player. He's going to try to walk it off. Free throw coming. Shot is up and good by Andrew Yoxel. Checking in for Minneapolis will be number 25 for the Lions, Tyrell Owens, a 5'9" senior, checks in for Grayson George. So Lions will. And then also checking in for the Gorillas, John Aylward, a 5'11" junior, checks in. Both shots up and good by Yoxel. Gorillas will bring it down to set it up. Ball at the top of the key, swing pass. Not sure where he was swinging it to, but it was to one of his, maybe his girlfriend, one of the cheerleaders over there, but it was not even close. Yoxel inbounds for the Lions. In the hands of Darrow. Full court press picked up by the Gorillas. Nice job by Lions. Owens. Oh, good defense by the Gorillas. Ball goes back on the outside, picked up by number 12, Cox. Looks at his dribble, gets it in the hands of Randall. Randall goes back to Burdine. Burdine on the outside, back to the top to Cox. Cox rolls around, and then stolen by Kyler Macy. Good job by Kyler. Kyler will give it to Charlie Lynn, back to Darrow for 3. And he drains it. Nice job by John Darrow. And Darrow hits. Guys, did he hit one the other night?
Yes, he did.
He hit one the other night, so nice job by John Darrow as he hits a 3. Lions take a 14-7 lead at the 3:09 mark. Solomon takes a full timeout. We will take one with him. You're listening to 910 KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
Ada Grain is proud to be a sponsor of Lions Sports and hope that the boys and girls have a successful season. Ada Grain believes that sports and a quality education go hand in hand, building strong bodies and minds.
Bennington State Bank is proud to sponsor the Minneapolis Lions this season. They're proud to be a part of their great community and strive for excellence in their school curriculum and athletics. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank, with offices in Bennington, Minneapolis, Salina, and Wamego. Member FDIC.
Let's make it delicious. Let's make it fast. Let's make it a meal from KT's in downtown Minneapolis. KT's, home of the almost world-famous hamburger. KT's wishes the Lions best wishes during the upcoming season.
Welcome back to Minneapolis as the Lions have a 14-7 lead. 3:09 left to go in the first quarter on the floor for the Lions. Their second 5, I call it. Tyrell Owens, John Darrow, Kyler Macy, Andrew Yoxel, and Charlie Lynn.
John Michael starting to find the range from three-point land. Beyond the arc has hit 2 now. One against Sacred Heart was a huge one there in the second half, I guarantee you.
Full court press by the Lions, picked up. Ball goes back to Cox. Cox at the top of the key, guarded by Kyler Macy. Three-point shot on its way, in and out, rebounded by Yoxel. Nice rebound by Andrew to come up there and pull that one down. Ball to Charlie Lynn, great job by, great effort there by Macy to Charlie Lynn, and then Charlie was blocked.
Oh my, that was not a good call.
Good grief.
You got to be kidding me. That one was clearly knocked out of bounds by the Gorillas. They call it off Minneapolis though. So, ball into the hands of Stark. Stark back to Cox. Cox will drive. Oh, nice move by Cox. Rebounded by Yoxel. Gets it up to Macy. Macy with the ball on the left-hand side. Takes it up and he's going to be fouled. Good call. Nice job by Kyler Macy. Great rebound by Andrew Yoxel and a great feed to Macy. Kyler Macy will go to the line to shoot 2 here. Foul was on number 14, John Aylward. Shot is up and no good. In and out.
Thanks to Elnora Leach for calling me and telling us we weren't on the air on Channel 8. We are now.
We are now. Okay.
We forgot to let them know. In between games.
Well, sorry about that, folks. I hear that we were not on the air for the on Channel 8, but we are back on the air, and I appreciate Eleanor for calling us. And Macy makes 1 of 2, 15-7 Lions to the lead. Burdine with the ball, back in the hands of Stark. Stark crosses the timeline and picks it up back to Aylward. Aylward guarded by Argenbright, back to Cox. Cox guarded by Grayson George. Great hands by Dylan Carlson. Minneapolis starting 5 back in. Burdine with the ball, back in the hands of Cox. Excuse me, Stark. Stark guarded by Logan Weedle. Back to Burdine.
Got to remember, Scott McCulloch's in there with 2 personal fouls here in the first quarter. He's going to have to watch it.
And the Gorillas will have the ball on the baseline after the ball goes off of Minneapolis out of bounds. Ball goes into Burdine. Back to Stark. Stark guarded by Weedle. Swing pass, and that's going to be off of the Gorillas and out of bounds. Back to Minneapolis. Another turnover by the Gorillas.
Dwayne couldn't get a hand on it, or Logan couldn't, but Dwayne could. Clear to the scorer's desk. That pass way over the top.
Grayson to inbounds. Gets it to Argenbright. Back to Grayson. Grayson looks down low to Crossan. Back to McCulloch at the top of the key. Back to Argenbright. A good down low to Grayson. Grayson shot up and no good. Off the hands of Red. Stay with Minneapolis. Dylan Crossan as well as Ryan Stark going for the ball. And the ball goes off of Stark. 15-7, minute 35 left in the first quarter. Ball goes into Logan Weedle. Back to Argenbright. Argenbright back to Grayson for 3. And he's feeling it tonight, guys. Grayson hits a big 3 right there. Makes the score 18-7. In the steal by Grayson right back. And he takes it all the way in, and he's going to be fouled hard. Ooh, wow. And he will go to the line to shoot 2. Couldn't finish it, but great hustle by Grayson George.
Stark came to get him. Nice steal by Grayson, and I actually thought he was going to have the layup. But Stark with, as you mentioned, kind of a hard foul there, and Grayson unable to finish. We'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Minneapolis ahead, 18-7.
First shot is up and good by Grayson. Second shot coming. Shot is on its way and good. Drains them both. 20-7 the lead as Yoxel will check in for Crossan.
Grayson is draining like 90% of his free throws so far. It's just incredible.
He is just on fire so far tonight and doing a great job.
I'm talking about for the season.
Right, for the season?
Yeah.
From the free throw line. And a charge called. Not sure who took that.
Argenbright.
I think Yoxel's in there as well. Casey steps in and takes a big charge right there.
He took part of it. Andrew took the other part. And Casey's going to have to clear the cobwebs out. We're going to play for one unless we get a really good shot. That entry pass is tipped away.
Grayson for three. In and out. Yoxel nearly gets the rebound. Cox with the rebound. Cox will bring it down. Gets it over to Stark. Shot in the corner, up and good by Randall. As Randall gets the bucket, 20-9, 41 seconds left in the first quarter. Argenbright, nice hands by Argenbright. Oh, and that's a travel by Aylward on the floor as Aylward and Argenbright were fighting for the ball.
So Scott, I thought Shoup was giving him the motion signal and go for one. And of course, Grayson, that shot was just in and out. Pretty close to draining another three. Still 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
Ball be inbounds to Logan Wheel. He'll take the three. And off the mark. Rebounded by the Gorillas. Off the mark and rebounded by Cox. Back to Holloman. Shot up and good by Holloman as they've gotten a couple buckets right there. Now Minneapolis will work for one. 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Grayson George on the outside. Back to Keegan McCulloch. Back to Argenbright. Argenbright drives all the way in. Shot up and good. Great job by Casey to see the opening, guys. And they weren't expecting that one at all. And Casey finishes it on the left-hand side. Great job by Casey.
Yeah, it was a nice layup on the backside. Argenbright saw the opening all the way to the glass, and he puts Minneapolis up 11 here at the end of the first quarter.
22-11. We will take a break. You're listening to 910canada.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
Farm Bureau's wide range of insurance and financial products help protect what's most important, your family, auto, home, and other possessions. Call your Farm Bureau Financial Services agent in Minneapolis, George Dressy. Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company.
The Minneapolis Junior-Senior High School linebackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast to the Lions games. Join them as they support student activities and the teachers of Minneapolis Junior-Senior High School. Go Lions, we're with you all the way.
Where do you go when you need groceries? Jeans IGA, of course. Jeans is proud to be a sponsor of Minneapolis sports and hopes that you will encourage your children to be as competitive in the classroom as they are in sports. Jeans IGA, a proud sponsor of today's game.
Welcome back to Minneapolis. Great first quarter, 22-11, as the Lions had the lead. 12 points by Grayson George in the first quarter, Mike.
Start out hot. It was almost 15 points. That last three shot rattled in and out. Solomon to play it in.
Ball goes in the hands of Stark. Stark guarded by Logan Weedle. Double team by McCulloch. Oh, great job by Keegan to just take it away from him. And they get the tie-up. Keegan rolled off a pick and rolled right into him. Great job by Keegan.
You know, he did that to Reardon, but only it was just to stop Reardon and keep him out of the shooting range. And it's exactly how we kept Reardon kind of off balance against Sacred Heart.
Calling to the top of the key with the ball back to Logan Weedle. Logan back to Grayson George. Grayson back to McCulloch. McCulloch with the ball back to Argenbright to set it up. Looks down low to Yoxel. Yoxel back to Grayson. Grayson will roll the lane. Shot up and good. And he's fouled right from the elbow line, the free throw line. Great job by Grayson George. He's fouled and he'll go to the line. Foul is on number 11, Cody Randall. That's his second personal. Dylan Crossan will check in for Andrew Yoxel. Grayson going back the line here.
3-point play, the old way.
Shot is up and off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Randall.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Randall back to Stark. Stark back to shot up and no good. Off the mark, off of number 25, Jamie Glover, and it will go back to Minneapolis. I think Solomon's got a new coach this year, guys. Because I thought Stark was their coach last year. So Grayson George with the ball and the shot. He is feeling it tonight, guys. Grayson George with a beautiful little turnaround. He's got 16 points. And Minneapolis has got a 15-point lead. On the outside to Aylward. Aylward guarded heavily by Grayson. Shot way outside, rebounded by Dylan Crossan. Dylan back to Argenbright. Argenbright will push it down from the free throw line. Shot up and good. Casey Graves one from the free throw line. And we're starting to hit on some cylinders, guys, and it's fun to see. Nice job.
Boom, yeah.
Minneapolis with the lead of 17. Solomon calls a timeout, 28-11. You're listening to 910canada.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
Roth Repair has been a fixture in Minneapolis for some time now. Fixture, get it? Roth Repair can fix, replace, maintain, patch, build, remodel, and mend just about anything. The work is professional and the cost is reasonable. Roth Repair, Minneapolis. Call them today if you need something done right the first time.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's fun. It's Minneapolis Raceway. Minneapolis Raceway has brought you exciting races to Central Kansas and will continue the tradition. Minneapolis Raceway will give you and your family some of the most exciting races ever seen. Go Lions!
Welcome back to Minneapolis, and I'll tell you guys, great start for the Lions right here. 28-11 with the lead, and Aylward has the ball for the Gorillas. Guarded by and stolen by by Crossan, and he'll knock it off of his leg, but great hustle by, and they've got a player number 25, Jamie Glover, with the bloody nose. So Aylward also checks out. So
minute and a half into this second quarter, and Minneapolis with 3 quick buckets.
Yep. 6:26 left to go in the second. Ball goes in the hands of Randall. Randall back on the outside to Cox. Cox guarded by Grayson George. Good effort by Casey there. Ball goes back to top of the key in the hands of Stark. Stark guarded by Weedle. Oh, great block by Keegan McCulloch into the hands of Logan Weedle. Logan will bring it all the way down. Shot up and no good. And rebounded by the Gorillas. Oh, wow. Good effort there by the Lions.
Great block by McCulloch, and the blocking foul on Argenbright, his first. Minneapolis 4th team foul.
Lions will bring in a fresh 5 here as they bring in Darrow, Yoxel, Macy, Lynn, as well as Owens. Ball goes to the top of the key. That guy can shoot from outside, and he drains one. He was hitting them in warm-ups, and that's Cody Randall, 6'3", senior, for the Gorillas. Timeout called by Minneapolis. They get into a trap in the corner. Coach Shoup wisely calls a timeout.
John Michael caught in no man's land right in the corner, and Solomon with a quick trap, and Shoup with a quick timeout. Kind of saves the day.
28-14, Lions with the lead. 5:40 left to go in the first half here.
Yeah, that Randall is about all they have, and that set play was directly to or for him, and with range, he pulls up. You know, when a three-point shooter shoots it, hits on the front of the rim, and bounces around and in like that, he's got a nice touch.
Yeah, he does. 6'3", and we were seeing him hit him in warm-ups. And
can you come run the camera? I need to take a call.
So, I will keep it here as ball goes back on the hands of Darrow, back to Yoxel. Yoxel goes back to Macy. Macy back to Owens. Owens looks inside to try to Lynn, has nothing, goes back to Darrow on the outside. Back to Yoxel. Yoxel in the corner. Back to Darrow. Darrow has it stolen, but then picked up by Yoxel. Yoxel gets it into Charlie Lynn, back to Tyrell Owens, up and good. Great job by Tyrell Owens as Tyrell hits the bucket on the inside. Great job by Minneapolis. Ball goes back on the outside to Holloman. Holloman will drive in, take the shot, up and off the mark, and rebounded by Yoxel. Yoxel back to, stolen by Solomon, then back stolen by Minneapolis, and then knocked out of bounds off of Stark. Big turn of events right there. Balls are flying everywhere, and McCulloch will check in for Andrew Yoxel. So McCulloch to play the ball in. Full court press picked up by the Gorillas. Back to Darrow. Back to, and it's going to be turned over. Minneapolis turns the ball over. as get into trouble down there, and we get a turnover. And Elwood checks in for Cox. As Cox a little big gimpy coming off the floor there. And showing some pain in that knee. As finally gets to the bench. Ball will be inbounds by the Gorillas in the hands of Elwood. Elwood guarded by Owens. Elwood on the outside. Swing pass over to Holloman. Holloman back to Stark. Stark guarded by Macy. Holloman on the outside, back to Stark. Inside, swing pass goes, and it's off of White. It'll stay with the Gorillas as it goes off the hands. Randall tried to spin move on the inside, and just couldn't quite finish it.
Second 5 here, playing pretty good defense for us, Scotty.
Yeah, it is. Rebound by the Gorillas after the missed shot. Elwood drives in, blocked by McCulloch, and Keegan will bring it down. Keegan with the ball handling, brings it down nicely. Goes into Charlie Lynn. Charlie Lynn tries to muscle it up. Can't get it, but he gets his own rebound. Great job, Charlie Lynn, as he fights hard for that one. Macy back to Darrow. Darrow back to Macy at the top of the key. And he steps out of bounds. Good hustle by number 3, Ryan Stark, as he almost gets a steal there, Mike. It will stay with Minneapolis as he steps on the baseline, or the out of bounds.
Scott, I think McCulloch doing a pretty good job playing with 2 personal fouls, which he picked up his second early in the first quarter.
Absolutely. Darrow on the outside, back to Macy. Macy looks inside to Owens, has nothing. Swing pass over to McCulloch. McCulloch tries to push his man in, has nothing. Gets it into Owens. Owens shot up and can't quite finish it, but rebounded by McCulloch. Keegan will take it back around. Good defense by the Gorillas. 3:23 left to go here in the first half. Owens on the outside. Swing pass over to Macy. Back to McCulloch. Now Keegan will take it up and can't get it, but Charlie Lynn with the rebound. And that'll be their 7th team foul, and Charlie Lynn will go to the line to shoot a 1-on-1. Second personal foul by Stark. And at the line will be number 42, Charlie Lynn, for a 1-on-1. First shot is up and good as he drains the front end of a 1-on-1. He'll have another one coming here. 31-14, Lions with the lead. 3:11 left to go in the first half. Second shot coming by the senior. Shot is up and it is good as well. Great job by Charlie Lynn, Mike. Great effort there, huh?
You bet. Especially on that offensive glass. Charlie with a big rebound there. Now the reach-in foul on McCulloch.
That'll be his third, and we talked about it, him playing well, but he just picked up his 3rd foul. And Yoxel will check back in at the 3:04 mark. Yoxel will check in as he will have the duties of Cody Randall, and Randall's a pretty tough task to have a hold of. Ball goes over to Stark. Shot up and good by Ryan Stark. Ball goes to Owens. And the steal by Stark as they'll come the other direction. And then the turnover as they try to go to Elwood and it goes right out of bounds. Looks like the Gorillas will pick up a full-court press. Minneapolis is going to get Cross and George, Argenbright, and Weedle in. And the only one that will stay is Yoxel. It's a great effort by Charlie Lynn, John Darrow, Kyler Mason, Tyrell Owens. Great effort by those guys right there, guys. Argenbright back to, great ball movement. Logan Weedle on the corner, shot up and in and out, but rebound by Yoxel. Yoxel pulls it back to Argenbright, back to Weedle, back to Grayson. Grayson will take a 3, and it's good. Grayson George hits another 3 on the outside. That's his 3rd one of the night, and Grayson is hitting on quite a few cylinders tonight, guys. Argenbright with the defense right now on Holloman. Holloman will roll him all the way around the outside, and then it'll go off of Grayson George. And it looks like it'll stay with Solomon at the 2:17 mark here in the second quarter. 35-16, Lions with the lead. Holloman inbounds the ball. Oh, nice job as he Gets Cox right inside, wide open, misses the easy bucket. Rebounded by the Lions. Great help defense by Minneapolis. Goes into Crossan. Crossan shot up and good by Dylan Crossan as Dylan hits the bucket. As he gets his first points of the night, makes the score 37-16. Ball goes back on the outside to Cox. Cox guarded by Grayson George. Back to Elwood for three. In and out, rebounded by Dylan Crossan. Back in the hands of Casey Ardenbright. Casey runs to the floor nicely. Has him double team. Goes into Grayson. Grayson back in the corner. Logan Weedle from the three-point range. Off the mark, but Yoxel with the big rebound as he'll pull a big one down right there. Great job by
Yoxel has been just tenacious on the offensive glass all year long. I think he's rebounded very well, especially on the offense.
Grayson's going to be called with the shuffle and the turnover as he looked at the three and tried to drive to the hole. Ball goes back in the hands of Holloman, guarded by Argenbright. And stolen by Casey. Casey takes it up, can't get it, and then rebounded by Cox. Casey with the thievery, but couldn't finish it. And Yoxel's going to be called with a reach-in. So 37-16 is the score right here. Ball will be inbounds, goes in, and then shot up, turnaround shot is up and good by Randall. Randall, the 6'3" senior, a very good ball player. Grayson George back to Logan Weedle. Back to Argenbright. Back to Yoxel. Yoxel swing pass over to Weedle for three, and he can't find it from three-point range. Gets it back.
Logan has had two of them just rattle in and out.
34 seconds left. Minneapolis with the 39-16 lead. Holloman with the ball. Guarded by Argenbright. Push off right there. Wow. No call. Stolen by Casey as he gets the steal. And he takes it all the way down to Logan Weedle with the bunny in the lane. And good. Great job, Casey Argenbright. Logan Weedle finishes it. Great effort by the Lions. 41-16 with the lead. Cox will drive it all the way in. Kicks it back out to Holloman. Shot off the mark. Rebounded by Casey with 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left. Shot up and off the mark as he tries to hit a three from NBA range and just can't finish it. But great effort by this Lions squad.
Oh, Casey, look at the clock. He knew exactly how much time was on that clock. Pulls up from about 35 and lets it rip.
My only complaint was he turned around and looked behind him instead of looking at the clock in front of him. He wasted a second. Oh, well.
And which clock was closer, Dale?
17-5 against scoring advantage that quarter.
Wow. Great effort by Minneapolis right there, guys, as they come out and they hit some huge buckets. We'll have some stats here in a second, but we will go ahead and take a break first here at Minneapolis as the Lions have a 39-18 lead. It should be 41. I think they missed some points. We'll see for sure, but I think I think we've got 2 points missing there. We'll find out for sure. You're listening to 910canada.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. They come out and they get some production out of quite a few players, and I'll let you run through some stats, something that's exciting for me to see on the boards.
21-point lead for Minneapolis, as Scott was alluding to the fact that Minneapolis had 10 players score in the first half alone. Well, let's start with Solomon. Solomon was led by Randall with 12 points. Randall, a very good offensive player, can shoot from anywhere on the court. In Minneapolis, we know he's going to get his points. Had 12 in the first half. Holloman had 4, and Stark had 2. Only 3 players in the scoring column for Solomon, which indicates Minneapolis doing a pretty good job on the defensive end. Minneapolis, on the other hand, as I mentioned, had 10 players score tonight in the first half alone. Tyrell Owens had 2. John Michael Darrow had 3 with the long bomb, starting to find the range from beyond the arc. Andrew Yoxel had 2 free throws. Charlie Lynn had 2 free throws. Kyler Macy had 1. Keegan McCulloch with 2, and that just does not indicate all the block shots, stolen balls, and the loose ones that he picks up, because he is active. Dylan Crossan finished with 2 points in the first half. Logan Weedle, tough shooting night so far, has 2 3-balls that just were partway down and rattled out. Got the easy deuce there at the end for 2 points. Casey Argenbride doing a good job managing the game for Coach Shoup. Ended up with 4 points in the first half. And Grayson George is the story, just able to find his shot anywhere on the court, and likes all of them that he's taken so far. Ends up with 19 points in the first half on 3 threes and a couple free throws, and then 4 2-point baskets.
He not only is making shots, I mean, he's making them with a great stroke. I mean, they're pretty.
No, they are. They are,
pretty
Dale.
to watch.
They are. He has got such a nice release and a great follow through. Just an overall great performance tonight. So, doing a nice job.
That should total up to about 39 points. Scott and I were looking at each other, and as I totaled up, I was too short. I thought Minneapolis had 41 points in the first half, but evidently we're 2 points off, or our score book is correct.
Actually, they had 16 points for Solomon when the time expired, and they've got 18 up there now. So.
Well, I had them with 18.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think they got turned around. They gave a bucket to Minneapolis early and took one away from us. And
I think you're right.
I think it was because we were hitting at 39 with no time left when Logan hit that bucket, and I think they just put the points in wrong. But right now, 39-18 is the score as the Lions had the lead, and we've got second half action coming in about 3 minutes. But Mike, what are some of the things that coaches? What do you got to do in the second half to maintain this and come away with the victory?
You know, they did come out with pretty good intensity on the defensive end in the first half. You want to maintain the defensive pressure that you're able to apply, and just get out to a good start and build on this lead that we have right now, and just don't let Solomon back in this ball game.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So one of the greatest plays in that half was Casey Argenbride applying a great defense over here in the front court. The offensive player pushed him off. And I don't know if Casey was doing some acting there at all, but he went backwards, ended up falling on the floor.
Yeah, ended up on the floor.
You know, and as he was getting up, here comes the ball his way on a bad pass. And he's able to take it down the court and pass it off to Logan Weedle, who's open for the layup. That was great.
Yeah, 19 points by Grayson George is an awesome thing. But guys, and you got 20 points coming from 9 other players. That's pretty amazing as well. So nice effort by
evenly spread out throughout the rest of the team. Minneapolis, good job on both ends of the floor.
Absolutely. Minneapolis with the lead, 39-19. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break and listen for a word from our sponsors. As we'll be back with second half action. You're listening to 910 KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
And we're back.
Welcome back as Minneapolis will get started here in just a second as the Lions 39-18 getting ready to start the second half. And just got to continue to get that intensity and that drive here in the second half, guys.
Well, I don't think Solomon has the horses to run with us here in this contest. Minneapolis will start the second half as they did the game, and that will mean Keegan McCulloch will have to play with 3 personal fouls here to start the second half.
Yeah.
Cody a long ways in the second quarter with 2 personal fouls before he picked up his third.
Yeah. Cody Randall for the Gorillas doing a nice job tonight, and he's got 12 of their points, and the guy can go inside or outside. And Solomon will have the ball to start it. Minneapolis will try to defend. Ball goes into the hands of Stark. Stark nearly stolen. Great defense by Minneapolis to start. Holloman on the outside, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Grayson George. Grayson partially blocked, taken into the hands of Casey Argenbride. And Casey almost loses it, gets it to McCulloch. McCulloch then throws it away. Stolen by the Gorillas. Ball goes in the hands of Stark to start out. Holloman with the ball. Holloman guarded by Argenbright, and then stolen by Dylan Crossan back to Argenbright. Casey will bring it down, set it up. Looks down low, goes to Crossan. Crossan in the lane, shot up and good. Nice job by Dylan Crossan. That's what I like to see, of working that ball inside to Crossan, and he did a great job of getting it inside and down.
As Coach Shoup mentioned, the more times he does that, the more repetitions he's going to make them, and that one was a nice shot by Dylan.
Cox with the ball back to Holloman. Holloman back to Holloman. Oh, there's a travel right there. Went up in the air to pass it, had nothing, came back down with it. Turnover will go back to the Lions. Argenbright will inbounds. Bring it down. 6:51 left to go in the third quarter. 41-18, Lions with the lead. Casey back to Grayson George. Grayson to McCulloch. McCulloch handoff to Grayson, and Grayson will be fouled by Holloman from behind. And he will go to the line to shoot two. First personal foul by Holloman. Grayson George at the line to shoot two. Shot is up and off the mark. We'll have another one coming here. Second shot is on its way, and it is good. He drains the second one. Missed a couple free throws tonight.
He is human.
Ball nearly stolen by Minneapolis. Cox with the ball, drives into down low to Holloman on the shot. No good. Grayson George with the big ups, and then it'll be off of Cox.
Casey helped him there a little bit with the possession.
Great effort by Grayson George to kind of walk that tightrope there. Grayson George into Logan Weedle. Logan back to Casey. Casey up and good on the right-hand side with the drive to the layup. 44-18. Ball goes back to Holloman. Holloman nearly stolen by Grayson. Back in the hands of Randall. Randall up, no good. Keegan McCulloch with the big rebound up to Logan Weedle. Logan will bring it down to set it up. Logan from the free throw line, up and good. Logan Weedle hits a big bucket from the right-hand side. Left-hand side, sorry.
A little off balance, but boy, is a nice stroke from my angle here.
Cox with the ball, and a charge with a push-off by number 12, Kyle Cox, as he, Grayson had some good acting there. Nice job by Grayson. Second personal foul by Cox. Minneapolis brings in a fresh five as Macy, Darrow, Yoxel, Owens, and Charlie Lynn. Yoxel with the ball. Drives it all the way in with the left hand. Can't get it to fall. And Cox comes down with it. Stark with the shot. Up and no good. Yoxel with the rebound. And he's got to get some help here. Oh my goodness, there's a foul. And Kyle Cox mad about that, but he reached in definitely and got the reach, and that'll be his third personal foul. And checking in will be Aylward, as he'll check in for Cox, as well as number 5, Josh Burdine checks in, as well as Glover checks out. Owens the inbounds for the Lions. Ball goes into Yoxel, back to Owens. Timeout called by Minneapolis, and he's talking to Yoxel. Come on, you guys, you got to know what play I called here. So Minneapolis calls a timeout to fine-tune something. The Gorillas haven't scored yet here in the second half.
They have Minneapolis with a nice
7-0 run. 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 7-0
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lionbackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast to the Lions games. Join them as they support student activities and the teachers of Minneapolis Junior Senior High School. Go Lions, we're with you all the way.
Welcome back to Minneapolis as Lions will inbounds. Tyrell Owens inbounds. So ball will go into Yoxel. Yoxel back to Owens, back to Darrow. Into Macy. Macy on the outside. Has it stripped away into the hands of Holloman. Holloman will bring it down. Pulls it back out. Gets it over to Stark. Stark down low. Gets it to Elwood. Elwood in the corner takes a three. It'll be off the mark, but rebounded by Burdine. Back to Holloman. Holloman brings his man all the way around. Back to Stark. Stark looks at a three, backs it off, takes a inside shot, and there's a foul. Reach in by Macy twice. Get him on the second one. As that'll be the first, I think, just the first team foul, though, the second half. Minneapolis brings in their starting five.
Well, he's platooning 5 and 5, and he's giving instruction to the 5 that just came out. He's coaching to getting their money's worth tonight.
Grayson George with the rebound. Missed it, but Dylan Crossan with the follow, and he'll be fouled. Grayson had it partially blocked as he went in. Dylan Crossan will go to the line to shoot two. Foul was John Allward. That's his second personal foul. Dylan Crossan at the line to shoot two here, 46-18. Shot is up and off the front of the rim. Minneapolis starting five back in the ball game. Second shot coming. And it is in. Following inbounds by Randall, back in the hands of Stark. Stark guarded by Weedle. It's up, nearly stolen. Good hands by Grayson George. Grayson has had quick defensive hands as well tonight. I don't know if you've
pretty
seen
active,
that.
yes.
Very active tonight. Inbounds goes to Holloman. They look at Randall. Pull it back down. Get it back in the hands of Burdine. Back to Stark. Stark. Back to Randall. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Grayson George. Grayson will bring it down himself. Keegan McCulloch back to Logan Weedle. Into Dylan Crossan. Back to Logan for three. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Dylan Crossan. Dylan puts it up and good. Great job by Dylan Crossan with the follow. Great hustle there as Dylan gets a great rebound and a great putback.
We've seen Dylan grow a little bit in this game. He's had trouble with the shots in close the three previous games, but tonight been pretty solid.
Solomon putting in some players that have not been in yet tonight, and that is looks like number 32, Josh Smadner, number 15, Shane Mullen, and number 2, Kyle Brown. So putting in a senior, a sophomore, and a junior to see if he can spark some of these Spartans Gorillas who have yet to score a point here in the second half.
Lions on a 10-0 run.
Crossan will be at the line as he still will have another one coming, or he'll have his free throw coming. So the 5 on the floor for the Gorillas is number 25, a starter, Jamie Glover, number 15, Shane Mullen, a senior off the bench, number 32, Josh Smadner, a junior off the bench, number 2, Kyle Brown, a sophomore off the bench, as well as starter Kyle Cox, a senior. Dylan Crossan at the line. Shot is up and good. That's the conventional three-point play. Minneapolis still has their starting 5 in and nearly stolen. Ball goes into the hands of the Gorillas. Down low. Pulls it back out. Back in the hands of Cox. Minneapolis defensive intensity still very, very much right there, guys. Ball goes back in the hands of Brown. Brown will be fouled by Logan Weedle. First personal foul by Logan. 50-18 is the lead for the Lions.
Second team foul on the Lions.
Oh, great block by Keegan McCulloch. And off of Minneapolis.
Oh,
yeah. Casey Argenbright hits the ground hard, and it's off of him. He'll stay with the Gorillas. Great effort by Casey Argenbright. Great block down low by Keegan. Oh, and the steal by Casey, and he takes it right in and good. That's a great effort by Casey Argenbright, just with the eyes and the intensity to get that steal.
Nice anticipation and overplay. There's another one.
Oh, another steal. That goes to Keegan McCulloch. Up and good. Minneapolis on a huge run right now. Hell, I don't know how many point run we got here.
We have a 15-point
15-0 run, and Minneapolis is going to bring in their next 5. So,
Keegan, being a lefty on the left-hand side of the basket, made that with a right-handed shot. Did you see that?
yes, yeah.
Got to give him a little bit of a challenge there.
Minneapolis to inbounds. As full court press picked up by Minneapolis, back in the hands of Darrow. Darrow swing pass up to Owens across the timeline. Owens back to Darrow. 54-18 Lions with the big lead. Goes into Charlie Lynn, back to Darrow. Darrow has it stripped from him by Cox. And then he picks up his dribble right there. Back in the hands to start down to Burdine. Burdine gets their first bucket of the night, his first bucket of the night, and first points of the second half. And the foul's going to be called on number 11.
The Gorilla fans want a backcourt. There was a backcourt, but it's only
There was.
because he got fouled.
Yes, it was. So
Definitely backcourt.
Yeah,
Get it
they
in.
got fouled. He wouldn't have stuck his foot over.
Owens with the ball. Back in the hands of Macy. Macy 54-20. Lions with the lead. Charlie Lynn on the inside, up, no good. Yoxel with the rebound, and a tie-up right there. It will stay with Minneapolis. Great hands by Kyle Cox as well as Andrew Yoxel to get the tie-up there.
Yoxel with another offensive rebound.
Been very aggressive under the boards tonight. Ball goes to top of the key to Macy. Back to Owens for 3. Off the mark, and tipped out by Yoxel. And stolen by Cox. And a travel right there. Great job by John Darrow. Darrow just cut him off. Didn't foul him.
Yeah, nice defensive move by John Michael, and Solomon defender, I think it was Stark, was just kind of caught in between. Now a loose ball. That was backcourt.
What did I do wrong? I didn't do anything. Hellman, the starter, still wondered, why did I do that wrong? So, good eyes by the official, because that was a backcourt violation. Ball goes in the hands of Darrow. Back to Owens. Owens goes down low to Charlie Lynn. Charlie tries to get it up and over. Missed it and rebounded by. And then up and good by Cody Randall. 54 seconds. Down to Charlie Lynn, and Charlie with the bucket. Great job, Charlie Lynn, as he makes the bucket with 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Ball goes in the hands of Stark to bring it down. Stark up, no good. Randall with the rebound. Missed, rebounded by Macy. Macy will bring it down with 24 seconds left. Macy runs the length of the court, has it stolen, taken away, back in the hands of Stark. Stark takes a shot, up, no good. Big rebound by Aylward. Three-point shot, up and off the mark, and another rebound by the Gorillas. 4 seconds left. There's a push-off, no call, and that's the rebound, goes in the hands of Tyrell Owens.
I mean, he did push off.
Yeah, he did. So officials letting them play. Minneapolis with a huge lead right here, 56-22. Nice effort by Minneapolis as they outscore the Gorillas in the second half by a score of 17-4. Oh, I got 17-4. Wow. Great effort by Minneapolis in the second half. You're listening to 910canada.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
Where do you go when you need groceries? Jeans IGA, of course. Jeans is proud to be a sponsor of Minneapolis sports and hopes that you will encourage your children to be as competitive in the classroom as they are in sports. Jeans IGA, a proud sponsor of today's game.
Roth Repair has been a fixture in Minneapolis for some time now. Fixture, get it? Roth Repair can fix, replace, maintain, patch, build, remodel, and mend just about anything. The work is professional and the cost is reasonable. Roth Repair, Minneapolis. Call them today if you need something done right the first time.
Welcome back to Minneapolis as the Lions have just a 34-point lead here to start the fourth quarter, and a great effort by Minneapolis tonight, Mike.
Defensive effort up and down. All 10 players have played hard on the defensive end, and it's produced a 34-point lead.
What's interesting is Grayson did not score in the third quarter, did he?
Yeah,
he had one.
1 point.
1 point, so he's got 20 points. Elwood for 3, and he hits it from the top of the key. As Minneapolis will bring it down. Grayson George takes it all the way in, can't get it, and then off the hands of Solomon out of bounds, and it'll stay with Minneapolis. Grayson takes it all the way down the left-hand side.
Tipped out there by Keegan McCulloch, and then right off the hands of Randall. Minneapolis 2, play it in. Fourth quarter action.
Logan Wheel for 3, and that's off the mark. Logan just had not been able to find the three-point range tonight. Ball goes back to Randall, and he gets it to fall. Back to Grayson George, back to McCulloch. McCulloch will bring it down. Gets it in the hands of Casey Argenbright. Casey up and good. Great ball movement by Keegan McCulloch. Great cut by Casey Argenbright as Casey finishes. Ball goes Stark back to Holloman. Holloman goes down low to Randall. Randall back to Holloman for 3, and that's way off the mark. And it's going to be rebounded by Argenbright, but out of bounds. It'll stay with the Gorillas.
And we're
Solomon.
playing with the running clock, guys.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, running clock.
So, what's the rule on that in the fourth quarter? 30 points? Is that what we decided? So,
We picked up the NCAA rule here.
shot up and no good. Rebounded by Aylward. And blocked by Grayson George, and then picked up by Keegan McCulloch. And Logan Wheel will get fouled, and he will go to the line. So, as the starters will come out.
That foul's on Solomon. Weedle's going to be at the free throw line with a 1-and-1. Yeah, 0-0 caught the foul.
So, Logan Whittle at the line to shoot a 1-on-1 here. Shot is up and off the mark. Logan not had one of his better nights shooting-wise. Ball goes back on the outside to Cox. Logan is still has played some great defense, and
yes, he has.
Shot up and no good, and over the back, called by number 25, which is Jamie Glover, as he gets the foul. And Yox, Charlie Lynn, I think, will be the one. So Kyler Macy checks in. So
Solomon over the limit. Minneapolis in the 1-1 here for the rest of the way, and we've got a running clock.
Yep. Charlie Lynn at the line, and drains. That's his third free throw of the night. So you'll have another one coming here. Shot is up, and it is off. Charlie. I spoke too soon, didn't I?
That shouldn't have said a thing. All three of them looked great. That one looked like he shot it left-handed.
Okay, I
think it slipped a little bit, and he knew it after it left his hand.
Charlie Lynn with the big rebound, gets it up to Darrow. Darrow will push it, pulls it back down, picks it to Yoxel. Yoxel from the free throw line, up and no good, but rebound by Owens, and he gets it to fall. Great job by Tyrell Owens as he gets the follow.
His first points of the season.
Second points of the night, Dale. He had one. He had one in the second quarter.
Good.
So
2 buckets.
And a steal by Andrew Yoxel. Great defense by Yoxel. Gets it back in the hands of Macy.
Go ahead.
3:11 with the running clock here. And there goes Kyler Macy, and he will get fouled. No good. We'll go to the line for a 1-on-1.
Just going to say Charlie Dan, a great job on the trombone last night at the winter concert.
So checking in will be Zach Allison, as well as Garrett Doherty. And we'll check in as Yoxel will check out, and so will John Darrow. So, and here comes Garrett Pounds. So Minneapolis brings in a sophomore and 2 juniors. And all 3 of these kids, very good ball players, but when you got 10 in front of you like they've got, it's pretty hard. Macy at the line. Shot is up and off the mark, and rebounded by the Gorillas. 61-27. Ball goes back in the hands of Aylward. Aylward with the ball on the outside. Great defensive intensity by the Lions. And they've done it without fouling. Aylward for 3, off the mark. Brown with the rebound and the putback. Cox with the putback and the rebound. So checking in will be Garrett Pounds as he checks in for Kyler Macy. So on the floor, Charlie Lynn, Garrett Pounds, Garrett Doherty, Tyrell Owens, and Zach Allison. Pounds on the outside, back to Doherty. Doherty looks inside to Charlie Lynn, goes to Zach Allison. Back to Pounds, goes into Lynn. Lynn shot up no good, rebounded by the Gorillas as they will come down with it. Shot up and off the mark. Rebounded by Solomon. Cox underneath. He'll be fouled by Tyrell Owens. Owens, I think, just his first personal foul. 61-29, continuous clock. Minute left in the ball game, and a great performance tonight by the Lions.
Now Cox will shoot 2 here. Minneapolis cruising with a 32-point lead. Cox misses the first of 2. Minneapolis just pretty solid on defense. Another effort, only 30 points allowed. And I think Sacred Heart just had 36 the other night.
Owens with the rebound. Nearly stepped out of bounds. Wow, there's a foul. Aylward just throws him to the ground on that one. And going the line will be Garrett.
The time will expire during these free throws.
So
hurry up, Tyrell.
Owens will go the line.
It's double bonus here.
Shot is up and off the mark. Have another one coming here. And it's no good. So Minneapolis comes away with the victory though tonight, 61-29. A great effort by Minneapolis with the victory. Nice performance by the Lions, and wow, just a great effort tonight.
pending the outcome of Halstead against Bennington. I think they're playing probably tonight. I assume the Lions will take second place in the tournament.
Yeah, because I'm assuming Halstead will win that game.
Unless they stumble, bumble.
So.
And Bennington plays fantastic. Not to say anything negative about Bennington, I just think Halstead's probably the better team.
Yeah.
So this ends pre-Christmas basketball and activities.
Absolutely. So Minneapolis comes away with victory tonight, 61-29. And they will take second, we believe, in the Tri-County Classic. And the girls take first. We didn't even talk about that, Dale.
Oh, so you're right. The girls would take
first.
Girls
would take first.
Yes. Excuse me.
So,
all the pieces.
So let's go ahead and take a break while Mike finishes up some stats. You're listening to 910canada.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. Welcome back.
Comment here, guys.
What?
Interesting comment here for you. The last time we played Solomon 2 years ago,
yeah,
we scored 61 points.
We did.
Just like tonight. For some reason, it seems like 61 points is a lot more tonight than it was that night.
We lost that night. That's the reason why. Solomon had a little bit better ball team, but great effort tonight by the Lions. And Mike, let's run through some stats.
Scoring for Solomon, Stark had 2, Holloman had 4. Randall, the leading scorer for Solomon, had 16. Didn't really have too much help tonight on the offensive end. Pretty good ball player. Glover didn't score. Cox ended up with 3. Burdine, a JV player off the bench, had 2. And Howard had 3, a long 3. I think they ended up with 2 threes as Randall hit 1 and Howard hit 1. Mullen and Smadner played but didn't score. For Minneapolis, scoring, Casey Argenbride has 10. 10 points from your point guard. Wonderful. Did a fine job managing the game all the way through. For Coach Shoup, Tyrell Owens off the bench had 4. John Michael didn't score in the second half, had that bomb in the first half, hit 3. Andrew Yoxel had 2, and Charlie Lynn off the bench has 5 points for Coach Shoup. And I know Coach is glad to see Charlie adding to the point totals there. Kyler Macy had 1, and McCulloch had 4. He had 2 in the first half and 2 in the second half. But Keegan with the energy and the rebounds, block shots, and you name it, he does it.
Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, assist, brings the ball up, and just multifaceted. Nice job.
What about?
Go ahead. Dylan Crossan had 8 points, and you see the maturity of this young man coming through with those shots in the paint down on the low block. He's had a little trouble getting those to drop, but boy, he was dead on tonight and hit, I think, 2 or 3 in close. Free throw shooting is not too bad. Logan Weedle had a tough shooting night in his aspects, I suppose. He could have easily had 10 or 12 points. He had 2 3-pointers that just would not fall, rattled in and out. But the big story is the 19-point first half effort of Grayson George, and just 1 point in the second half. Didn't need his scoring, ends up with 20 points.
Yeah, and just a great effort by Grayson. 19 points in the first half. Doesn't really shoot the ball much in the second half. Just kind of back down and just kind of let things kind of fall in its place and let some other people pick up the slack. And Casey Argenbright in double figures with 10 points. But just the fact that 10 of your 13 players score, that's pretty awesome, guys.
Yeah, you have 10 players score for you, and the second 5 were doing just a phenomenal job on the defensive end. There was not a let up there whatsoever, and Solomon not able to take advantage of any crease or crack in the defense. Minneapolis pretty strong all the way throughout.
Yeah.
How positive is this getting to be a factor for Minneapolis and being able to bring a second 5 in you may not be having the point production that the first time we're having, but are playing good ball, hanging on the ball pretty good, playing good defense. You know, that's
you're not getting
very valuable.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. You're not getting the scoring out of that second five necessarily as much, but wow, to bring that second five in and have the intensity that they bring to it, Dale, you're right.
The
That's
coach
huge.
can sit over here and talk to all 5 starters just like a timeout, you know, and not have to worry about what the other 5 are doing. That's
Exactly.
just great.
Well, the key, in my opinion, it may not be as such, but to see Charlie Lynn playing a little better ball, playing with a little more confidence, I think he's going to get needed down the stretch somewhere, sometime, and his minutes tonight are going to pay dividends for Coach Shoup, and he probably proved me wrong, but he's got to be happy to get the staples out of the back of his head and smile on his face, so we're in good shape. Coach Shoup, quite a game tonight.
Thanks. It was good. You know, it was one of those things when it got rescheduled. It was good to have kind of as an insurance game, I felt like, because it would give us an opportunity to go into the break possibly with a win. And coming in 3-1 tonight and having some momentum, I wanted to make sure that we were just, you know, we were solid and that we got a good effort out of the kids. And I was pleased. I thought, you know, it's a trap game, I think, in the sense not that we were ever concerned about not coming out here with a W, but because, you know, you want to come out of here having played a high-energy game. And we had a lot of reasons not to, but the kids just kind of found a way to push through. I thought our defensive intensity held up most of the night, and I was pleased. And, you know, guys came in and contributed again, so.
Yeah, we were talking about that at 10 in the scorebook tonight as far as scoring-wise, 2 in double figures with Casey and Grayson. But just the Dale mentioned it when we were talking, just the fact that you kind of got that platoon, that second 5 coming in, that you can coach that first 5 or you can coach that second 5 on the bench while you're letting the second 5 out there play and give them some instruction. It's nice to see, and you know that like in the first half with Keegan getting into foul trouble with 3, you've got Andrew Yoxel that it just did a great job tonight with some offensive boards that Mike and I thought were absolutely huge.
Yeah, he plays so big on the offensive end. He's got a good mind for the game and just positions himself rather well. And he just has a whole pocket full of offensive rebounds at the end of the night. It's kind of nice to see. But tonight I thought Charlie Lynn's play, I just feel sometime down the road a night like this is going to help him, and it's going to pay dividends for you sometime down the road.
Yeah, you know, Charlie is he's kind of like our warrior, I guess. He's the guy. I mean, you love kids like that, and I think kids like Charlie are a key for any team, because you're never going to have a lack of intensity when you've got guys like that on your team. They're just going to bring that kind of effort level every night. And for Charlie, I was glad for him to get some scores, because he does need to get some confidence in there offensively, and he finished well, I thought, and you know, defended his tail off like he always does. So.
Well, there are 2 more bright spots, and I don't mean to, but you know, I thought Casey the last couple of games, especially the Sacred Heart game and this game, has managed the play for you on the offensive end, and I think he's managed the game rather well for you. And his maturity really shows through this year compared to the past. And then Dylan crossing inside, you mentioned it, and it's you were right. I got to, Coach, you're right. The more repetitions he gets in tight, and you could see it tonight, he had those same shots he had early in the year in those games, and these were dead on. I mean, he was right on them, and he's just getting better at it.
He is, and we've worked. We continue to work with the time we get with those post players of really being aggressive to the rim, not settling for anything going away from the basket. And I thought that one he got tonight I think it was his last one there where he got the foul, and that was one of his better plays, because he squared up. He didn't have what he wanted there, and he just took it straight to the rim, and he didn't care if a guy was there. And those are good. And you know, a lot of kids can feel good about what they did offensively and defensively, and it just builds. It was about trying to get minutes to kids tonight, and we did that, and those kids responded well, all of them.
Yeah, Grayson had a great first half of basketball, 19 points. He kind of came back in the second half, and Grayson really didn't take much shots. He kind of just decided to distribute it out and pass it around, and that shows the type of player Grayson is as well. But a great effort by Grayson. The nice thing from the standpoint of just having some bench production is huge.
Oh yeah,
it is such a big asset to have that you know that you're not you're going to get a bunch of points out of your bench, but you're going to give your starters some breathing room and to allow them to come back out and I would come into starting the year. I'd come in and look down the roster and look at these teams that had these 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" kids.
Yeah.
And I kind of got nervous at it. I look at it now. We play a solid ball with about anybody out there. And
the height hasn't bothered us this year, and the kids, got to give our kids a lot of credit. I think they've battled. I wasn't very happy with the fact that the Randall kid had 12 at half, and all I said was he better not get 20. And
did he?
He didn't. He got 18. And boy, our kids battled hard on him in that second half, and I was pleased with that. Wasn't pleased with having to talk to him about it at halftime, but I was pleased with how they responded.
Pretty solid ball player in that Randall.
He's a good kid. Oh, he's good. I told
outside the inside.
I told him before the game. I said he's as good as anybody you've played this year. He's tough. So.
Well, Coach, congratulations, great great win. Now you have a Christmas break and a little bit of time. Come back January
first came out I think it's January 5th. We're at Republic County. It'll be a tough game. They lost everyone off of last year's team from the varsity, but their JV I don't think lost a game in league play last year, and those kids have stepped in. And the typical Allen Sheets team, they play really good defense, and they don't hurt themselves on offense. So it'll be a good challenge right out of the gate.
Well, Coach, I think you're a pretty good defensive team. That McCulloch will come from anywhere to block a shot and plays rather well with 3 fouls all the way through.
He did a good job with that. He did. He didn't really back off. He just played a little smarter. So,
absolutely. Well, Coach, congratulations on a great victory.
Thanks, guys.
Enjoy Christmas with your family.
Will do. You too.
You just have a great Christmas, buddy.
Thanks,
man.
Appreciate it.
Merry Christmas.
You too.
Did your wife take the staples out?
No, she didn't. She'd have liked that, though, I'm sure.
Congratulations,
guys.
Well, Minneapolis comes away with the victory tonight, 61-29 over the Solomon Gorillas, as they improved to 4-1, and they have some time before they start league play. A second game in the league play against the Republic County, when we come back from break. So.
Sacred Heart was there.
Second half. I'm sorry, you're right. I missed that game, so I forgot.
2-0 in the league, so
yeah. Nice start.
That's a big start.
So we, I think, are done here. Minneapolis comes away with a victory, both girls and boys. And for myself, Scott Osherman, Dale Leach, I'll call it for you,
and Mike Perry.
We want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Enjoy
Christmas and enjoy your family, and remember what Christmas is all about. So, Merry Christmas and God bless.